In 1995, owning information made you powerful. In 2026, information is free, and power moved somewhere else. Most people still think the internet mainly democratized everything, and that more access automatically means more opportunity. The uncomfortable part is that the internet also flattened value by making huge categories of things effectively unlimited. You can feel it in the endless feeds, in AI-generated images that appear in seconds, in free courses that used to cost real money, and in ad rates that don't pay like they used to. At the same time, concerts sell out in minutes, rents climb in the neighborhoods people actually want, and experiences get priced like luxury goods. Here's the thesis. The internet destroyed scarcity in the digital realm. And when scarcity disappears, value migrates. If something can be copied perfectly, instantly, at near zero cost, it stops being a moat and starts being background noise. So the upside doesn't vanish. It relocates to whatever stays limited. We're going to walk through 4 arenas where this happened: information, attention, creativity, and identity. And then status and wealth, moving back toward physical scarcity. Once you see the pattern, a lot of modern life gets easier to explain. Scarcity is the simplest idea in economics. When more people want something than there is of that thing, the owner has pricing power. Water in a desert is expensive. Water next to a lake is a rounding error. One seat at a concert has a price. Streaming the same song a billion times does not create a billion scarce objects. The internet is basically a photocopier connected to a teleportation device. It multiplied supply and made distribution almost free. That's great for access. But it also means the old, I have it and you don't advantage collapses fast. Before the internet, information had gates. Libraries, trade magazines, universities, expensive conferences, and insiders who knew the process. Now the how-to is everywhere, and AI summaries make basic answers even cheaper. This is the Google effect in everyday life. We don't store facts the same way because retrieval is faster than memory. Information isn't worthless, it's just not scarce. The advantage moved from knowing to deciding and doing, and then to being trusted when people have too many options. If you sell guidance for a living, the product can't be facts anymore. It has to be judgment, proof, and a track record. When content is infinite, attention becomes the scarce resource, because everyone still gets 24 hours in a day. Content is water. Attention is the cup. And the cup does not get bigger just because the faucet is running harder. That's why platforms fight like casinos. The algorithms are slot machines that pay out unpredictable reach to keep you pulling the lever. A friend of mine launched a podcast with solid guests and clean production, and it still sank because there are millions of podcasts and only so many commutes. Oversupply pushes ad prices down and rewards whatever grabs the quickest click, which makes discovery more valuable than creation. That's why email lists, communities, and repeatable trust came back. Owned attention is one of the few moats left online. Creativity has the same problem. When everyone can publish and everything can be remixed, originality is harder to signal. Templates, filters, stock music, and the same Canva layouts make a lot of work look interchangeable on purpose. AI turns that up to maximum because it can generate infinite mediocre output without getting tired or embarrassed. The scarce part isn't the content. It's taste, editing, lived experience, and a voice that comes from a real life instead of a prompt. A good creator now competes less on effort and more on credibility, relationships, and the ability to make people feel, this person actually did it. So where does status go when digital flexes get cheap? Followers can be bought, and aesthetics can be copied overnight. It moves to what can't be replicated easily: location, space, time-bound access, embodied skill, health, and real community. Land in a desirable city is limited by geography. A table at a great restaurant is limited by seats and hours. A festival is limited by a weekend that only happens once. I once paid too much for a small live comedy show in a cramped room, and it was worth it because you can't copy the timing, the tension, and the shared laugh with strangers. Digital goods trend towards zero marginal cost. Physical goods have materials, permits, shipping, and time. Capital follows constraints, which is why scarce physical assets and scarce experiences keep getting pricier. You might say, wait, doesn't the internet create new scarcity with NFTs, paywalls, and exclusive communities? Yes, but most of that is an attempt to bolt scarcity onto something that wants to be copied. Some of it works for a while, usually when it's tied to real access or real trust, not just a token. The durable scarcities are still time, reputation, and physical limits. That's the twist. Digital abundance creates a real-world premium where people pay for friction because friction proves reality. Vinyl, film cameras, handmade furniture, live workshops, none of those are efficient. So, if you want to understand the rules of the game, watch where scarcity went. Trust beats volume, because volume is cheap, and trust is slow. Distribution beats creation, when creation is infinite. Which is why direct relationships matter more than platform luck. Embodied skills compound because they require time in the real world. Sales calls, leadership under pressure. Craft you can't fake, fitness you can't download. Media can be copied, experiences can't. So the people who organize rooms, cohorts, and real moments often have more leverage than the people who post more. The internet didn't kill value, it moved it, and once you track scarcity, a lot of modern prices stop feeling random. If you want more explanations like this, clear, practical, and focused on how value actually moves, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.